Breaking news now coming in. More trouble likely for the Rana couple. 3 more cases have been filed against independent MP Navneet Rana and her MLA husband Ravi Rana. Given to understand that a case has now been registered in Amravati for carrying out a rally without permission. Radhika is with me for more on this. Radhika, what exactly is this case that is now been filed against the Rana couple?
That's right. Trouble is mounting for both Navneet Rana and Ravi Rana in Maharashtra. Once again, a case has been registered against them. There are 3 FIRs, in fact, registered with the Amravati police. This is to conducting a rally without seeking permission from the Maharashtra police or any of the authorities and using cranes for these rallies. So therefore, under various sections, cases have been registered against both Navneet Rana and Ravi Rana. This is in 3 police stations in Amravati, and we know for a fact that BMC notices had also been sent consecutively as far as Rana couple's alleged illegal construction, their home is concerned. And we know about this addition charges, of course, for which they've been granted bail. But Maharashtra government, not really leaving any stone unturned in ensuring that difficulties mount for Rana. They had, in fact, held a Hanuman Chalisa event in Nagpur as well soon after they came back from Delhi, and a few events that had happened in Delhi as well. So right now, for conducting a rally without permission and for using cranes, 3 FIRs have been registered against the couple.
Right, do keep a track of reactions coming in from Navneet Rana and her husband. For the moment, thank you so much for getting us the very latest. Moving on now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that he has spared no effort while serving the country in the last 8 years. This is perhaps the first time that he has come out and spoken about his government's performance or his personal performance the week that his government completes 8 years in power. Yesterday, when he was in Gujarat, the Prime Minister said that he has not done anything that would make the people of this country hang their heads in shame. Listen in to that comment that came to the fore from the Prime Minister yesterday.
बातें सिखाई उसी की बदौलत गत 8 वर्ष मातृभूमि की सेवा में मैंने कोई कोर कसर नहीं छोड़ी। ये आप ही के संस्कार है, इस मिट्टी के संस्कार है। पूज्य बापू और सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल की इस पवित्र धरती के संस्कार है कि 8 साल में गलती से भी ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने दिया है, न ऐसा कुछ किया है जिसके कारण आपको या देश के किसी नागरिक को अपना सर झुकाना पड़े।
8 साल में कोई ऐसा क्षेत्र नहीं है, कोई ऐसी जगह नहीं है जिसके विषय पर सरकार ने बेहतरी के लिए काम ना किया हो, रिफॉर्म्स ना किए हो। ये बीजेपी सरकार के लिए महत्वपूर्ण नहीं है, ये देश के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है और भारत की जनता के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है कि जो वायदा आपसे करके हम लोगों ने सरकार बनाई थी, 8 साल के समय काल पूरे होने पर उस सरकार ने हर काम करने का प्रयास। गरीब, पीड़ित, वंचितों और किसानों के लिए ही इस सरकार ने अपने आप को काम में झोंका है, चाहे वो जनधन के खाते हों, चाहे वो शौचालय बनाने का काम हो, चाहे वो स्वास्थ्य सेवा देने का काम हो, आयुष्मान भारत का काम हो।
Meanwhile, the opposition have launched a scathing attack on the Modi government. They've raked up issues ranging from rising inflation to unrest at the LAC, even talking about the alleged mismanagement during COVID-19. They are now listing out what they call are failures of the Narendra Modi government, and for that, the Prime Minister must be ashamed, is what the opposition says. Listen in.
सर, क्या झुकने की बात है? सर, उठने देंगे तब ना सर झुकेगा। आज महंगाई कहाँ है? आज आने वाला समय में तैयार रहें हम सब लोग भूखा मरने को। मिडिल क्लास लगभग समाप्ति की ओर जाने की तैयारी में हो चुका है। लोअर मिडिल क्लास इस राज्य में या तो गरीब भिखारी लोग रहेंगे या तो अमीर लोग रहेंगे।
the Prime Minister should be ashamed that he stifled the economy, like the inclusion of our territory by the Chinese, where they have come inside the Indian border, set up villages, built bridges, and the Prime Minister has been silent. He should be ashamed of that. And he had promised that with demonetization and with the abrogation of Article 370, he said there won't be any terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. Today, the Kashmiri Pandits were killed openly. He should be ashamed of that. He should be ashamed of those people whom he had promised that every account would get 15 lakh rupees.
See, hanging the head in shame is different from suffering. People are suffering. Every day, household goods, food grains, and eatables, the prices have increased. And the wealth goes to a certain section of the people, a very few section of the people. What was intended to do good for the common man, that is public sector units. It is the plan of the earlier Congress government that only public sector units will support the people, jobless people or educated youth in this country. So now all these things have gone to one or two individuals, and the other people are suffering.
Niyamika is live with me for more on this. Niyamika, the opposition seems to be united as far as lashing out at the government is concerned. They have come out with a laundry list, so to say, of the number of failures of the Modi government in the last 8 years, especially in the last 2 years since COVID hit the country.
Well, absolutely. On one hand, we have seen that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has claimed that his government is building up a nation which was once being dreamt by Mahatma Gandhi and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, while on the other hand, the opposition parties have launched a scathing attack over Prime Minister Narendra Modi for making such kind of statement, and they are also raising the issues of demonetization, GST, rising unemployment rate, inflation, or even the mismanagement which was being done by the NDA government during the COVID-19 pandemic. And just now the Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren has also made a statement against Prime Minister Narendra Modi over the rising inflation in the country by saying that the rate at which prices are rising in the country, there will be a time that when people will come on roads, they will become zombies, and they will be forced to eat each other. And basically that is an attack over Prime Minister Narendra Modi by saying that due to this inflation, the middle class people will starve to death, and this gap between the rich and poor is getting widened. And on the other hand, Congress party has also launched a booklet on the failures of Modi government, right, which has been named as 8 Saal 8 Chal Bhajpa Ki Sarkar Vifal. And in that booklet, Congress party has categorically mentioned 8 points of the NDA government, including the unemployment, Chinese intrusion, mismanagement of COVID-19, or the inflation which is being there in the country. And Congress has also attacking the BJP government by saying that they have failed completely for fulfilling all the promises which being made during the general elections, and that is the reason why they have no right to make such kind of statement on the completion of their 8 years.
Absolutely. Unilateral claims being made by the Prime Minister is what the opposition says. Speak to us and you'll know what failures you need to know about. Those are the reactions coming in from the opposition, and no party has minced any words, be it the Congress, the Shiv Sena, the Aam Aadmi Party, the JDU or the RJD. All of them now coming out and asking questions of the Prime Minister and of the BJP. Listen in.
पूरे भारत वर्ष में कोविड काल 1 और 2 में मजदूर, किसान, नौजवान, छात्र पैदल चलने के लिए मजबूर हुए। आपने उनके लिए कोई सवारी की व्यवस्था नहीं की। ये शर्मिंदगी की बात है। आपके पार्टी के लोग नाथूराम गौडसे, वीर सावरकर ऐसे लोगों का बखान करके कहीं ना कहीं पूरे देश को शर्मिंदगी की ओर ले जाने का काम कर रहे हैं। लोगों की एकता को कहीं ना कहीं खंडित किया जा रहा है, उनको धार्मिक उन्माद के सहारे भड़काने का काम किया जा रहा है। ये शर्मिंदगी की बात है। सबसे बड़ी शर्मिंदगी ये है कि महंगाई चरम सीमा पर पहुंच गई है।
He or his government has done nothing which would make him feel ashamed. Well, this claim is in self-praise, and as a matter of fact, if he wants this claim to be tested, whether it is true or otherwise, or whether it is partly true and partly false, then in that event he should agree to have a dialogue either with the opposition leaders or with the media or civil society, which he always avoids.
देखिए, हम हमारे प्रधानमंत्री हैं और हम क्या कहें करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन सारा देश जानता है कि अभी जो हमारे देश में स्थिति चल रही है, ये जो विवाद खड़ा हुआ है उन्हीं के जमाने में खड़ा हुआ है ना। ये गड़ा मुर्दा जो खड़ा गया है, ये सारे दूसरी तरफ ये ताजमहल गिरा दो, लाल किले को खोद दो, ये किसने किया है, किसके जमाने में हो रहा है?
कि देश की जनता को अच्छे दिन का सपना दिखाने वाले देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी आज वो बेरोजगारी पे कुछ नहीं बोलते, महंगाई पे कुछ नहीं बोलते, किसानों पे कुछ नहीं बोलते, छोटे उद्योग धंधे समाप्त होते जा रहे हैं उस पे कुछ नहीं बोलते हैं। पुलवामा हमले में आईडीएस कहां से आया था आज तक किसी को नहीं पता है। देश में कैसे हिंदू और मुसलमान को लड़ाने का प्रयास किया जा रहा है, इस पे कुछ नहीं बोलते हैं। मैं नहीं कहता कि देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी को सर झुकाना चाहिए, लेकिन इन समस्याओं से मुंह भी नहीं मोड़ना चाहिए।